Hey guys, I do remember back in the old days watching an old TV show. Now, back then, you picked the phone up like this, you did this and that. I can't show you on this, I have to get the table out maybe later, but yeah, back then you did this. Yes, operator, I need to call to 269-555-0283. Thank you. Connecting. Doesn't exist. The thing is, in the United States, you do not use 555. You never did. Now people want to know. People always ask me this question: what's with the? Now, I had to look this up, guys. What's with the letters on the phone? What's with all these letters on the phone? Well, back in the old days, it's still today. You can do it too. Like, you say, operator, I want to make a call to Max Pizza. Max starts with a 6. You never actually use anything with L, K, or J was never really popular. And if you look in the phone book, Z and Q don't exist. Well, technically, they never did exist until the cell phone came out, actually. On an old-fashioned telephone, even on a modern telephone, you will not find Q or Z. This phone right here I have right here is from the late 90s. You don't see Q or Z. There was earlier records of earlier cell phones putting A and B on the first button, but you can see here on this old cell phone right here, they're not on here because if you ever used the ATM before, of course you used ATM before. If you look from the ATM, 2 ABC, 3 D. The first key has Q and Z on it. On ATM they use Q and Z. Okay, which is pretty weird, but have you noticed that though? On a smartphone, it's on 7 and 9 have Q and Z, but on ATM 1 has Q and Z. Notice something there? But why did Q and Z never get used? Well, I'm not really sure about that. Actually, I'm not really sure about that. But with texting, that's not then. The person who had the telephone never actually told people why that ever happened. I actually don't even know when they started adding letters to the telephone, actually, to be honest. Yeah, for texting, but think of it, though. Texting didn't come out till, late 2000s or something? I'm not really sure. The first pager, the first thing I actually texted, I think, was a BlackBerry. And I know BlackBerry's been around for years, and BlackBerry's still get made. Technically, if you classify it, BlackBerry was the first smartphone. Well, actually, the first smartphone came out by IBM in the 1994. The first smartphone came out. The thing is, though, who actually invented the first smartphone? Well, technically, it was IBM. Yes, IBM, with a partnership with another company. I can't think of the name of the company right now. It's been a while. Partnership to make the first smartphone. Now, there was another smartphone that AT&T made back in the 90s, too, that could receive faxes and pictures and stuff like that. Now, the thing, actually, this smartphone that AT&T made, technically, it's not a smartphone. It's a hunk of junk. Well, technically, I'll give it this thing, though. Technically, we classify it as the first tablet. So, the first thing that came out, I think, was what came out first? Well, the first thing that came out was the tablet, actually, by AT&T. It had a telephone with a picture, and it could receive faxes from the machine. Now, that's pretty interesting. Especially back in the late 90s, that wasn't that bad. Your smartphone, your cell phone, you saw that, or you had a landline, like I showed you guys. The thing is, though, receive a fax or a telephone call, that's kind of groundbreaking technology back in the 90s. Still today, can't print nothing off. Right? Yeah, you can print stuff on your phone now, but back in the 90s, that was pretty neat. Even the first smartphone came out by IBM in '94, I think, and I think some technology company helped them out with it, which pretty neat though. But you gotta think here though. Within 50 years, we have changed everything from the first cell phone came out in 1974, and it was a brick. It was a brick. It was about here we go. Here's your first smartphone, about the size of a Lil Maker. Thicker than this, but a little bigger than this, but took 10 hours to charge and only worked for 20 to 30 minutes. That wasn't that bad, though. But the thing is, though, But that was the first. But the first actual portable phone a person can actually buy was called the card phone. Okay, it weighed about. It was like a suitcase. It was a suitcase with a phone. Now they haven't changed much. You can still buy a card phone, but they now call them satellite. It's like more like a satellite phone actually these days. It's more like a satellite phone. Some satellite phones are still big, bulky. Most of it's a box with a a battery or a transmitter in it still. Which sat phones are pretty cool back then, and still today you can still buy them. I mean, sat phones are on a card now, but yeah, sat phones are still big and bulky. I mean, sat phones, the only phone you can these days are still big and bulky. And thing is, though, the original cell phones were better though on some things, but I'm not really sure because I never actually seen a real satellite phone before. I had a chance to buy an older cell phone behind me from the 80s, but I thought, you know what? I don't want to buy a big old brick. I want to buy something that actually looks and is actually a little bit lighter. So I bought that. Now, been doing YouTube for over 3 years now, and doing this and that. Technology doesn't change that much, but I mean, I think within the next 20 years and stuff, cell phones will be in your ear, or if you're lucky, like a Bluetooth device. You can put it right in your ear, and a screen pops up. Now, if I had a choice to get it sold in my ear, I think no, thank you. The thing it goes in your ear like this, and it goes. I might buy that. It comes on and off. I might buy that, but I'm not going to be buying a thing that goes in your ear. I'm not going to buy that because the phone company could control you to kill someone or something. Besides, that wouldn't be my technology way. I'd stick with my smartphone, or I'd get one of those things that come in your ear and you can, if they ever come out. But it depends on whenever it's going to happen, which I don't think it's going to happen still. Still, though, who knows? I mean, if someone can make me an app, like some of the cats sing, I would love to have that app. But I know that's going to be impossible to get, so yeah. And I know I'm a crazy person, but you know what, though? I really don't care. So, see ya.